Okay, hello bobbleheads. Let's review Creed next. I didn't want to just leave this run because I started at level 15 purposely so I could get through some movie topics. Though this time, I'll continue until I fail. Like, oh my gosh, I don't like how that happens. Like, I obviously did not intend to move it to the right. It just happened because the controller's messy. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping it could go all the way. Either way, let's talk about Creed. So I rewatched Creed recently. It's for a project I'm doing. Maybe you'll know what the project is eventually. Though, you'll see, Bobblehead, you'll see. So, Creed. A great movie, I enjoyed it. However, let's be honest, it's a soft reboot. It's not very subtle about it. If you watched any of the Rocky movies, you'll understand that this movie is not meant to be completely original. It borrows a lot from the Rocky movies. Like, obviously, Sylvester Stallone was heavily involved with Creed. And, I don't know where to start. This is a bit harder because I didn't just watch Creed. I watched a bit ago. Let's see. Okay, like, what do I think of it? Like, let's start off with the obvious points. The movie's terrible. Like, yeah, it's very obviously terrible. Like, absolute trash. Why? Well, like, if you watch any of the first few movies, you would know that Apollo Creed has two children who, I don't remember their names in the original series, but like, either way, he has like two children, at least a son and a daughter, if I remember correctly. And they're not mentioned at all in this new movie. So, like, Creed sucks. Like, just think about it for a few seconds. Like, if Apollo Creed had the illegitimate child of Adonis Creed, but also had two legitimate children, why would there be no mention of the legitimate children in a soft reboot? Yeah, like, I gave you a few seconds to think about it. Like, huge plot hole, this movie sucks, 0 out of 10, don't watch it. Okay, so enough with the obvious joke. I don't care about the real reason why they didn't include the two children of Apollo Creed. It's because nobody cares about Apollo Creed's illegitimate children. It's way more interesting to be edgy. Let's say Apollo Creed had illegitimate child who was I want to say prodigal boxer. I don't think you can use the word prodigal that way. He was a prodigy in boxing. Like, well, how much training did he have? Like, he was 30 years old and he was already ready to. Yeah, spoilers, obviously. He was already ready to like get the title, the light heavyweight title, I believe, in this movie. And then the next movie, there's like, oh yeah, let's jump up to the next weight. And it's not just Creed who jumps up to the next weight class. It's also his rival, Danny Wheeler. And yeah, sure. Well, I'm quite forgiving about that, but it's just amusing how little they give a shit about actual boxing. Either way, yeah, I enjoyed the movie for sure. I'm a big Rocky fan. They pay homage to a lot of Rocky scenes, from subtle things like Rocky cracking his eggs. Now, just like as a normal person, he just cooks his eggs. Like in the original movies, he would crack the eggs and like eat them. Once again, it just moved to the right for no reason. Let me test that. No, it's pretty responsive when I actually press the left and right buttons. Either way, yeah, so he cracks his eggs like a normal person. What else? What else is an homage? Like all the music, like the fact that he's a trainer. Like, the movie definitely goes beat for beat, like from the original Rocky movie, or Hopes. I'm not sure if it's completely beat for beat. In this movie, he's looking for yeah, it is quite beat for beat. Like, the original movie was like he gets a random chance from Apollo Creed. Like Rocky gets a random chance from Apollo Creed. Oh my god. In this movie, Adonis Creed gets a semi-random chance from the world champion also. In the original, like, he's looking for a trainer. He won't train him until the end. Well, until something happens. Well, in the original, it's a bit unfortunate. Like, Mickey recognizes Rocky's potential, though Rocky has a rocky past. He's kind of in a life of crime, technically. Like, he's just a shark clone collector. I think that's what it's called. He's using his boxing ability to intimidate others. That's not what boxing is for. Boxing is for the sport. And like, some people wouldn't even call it a sport. They're like, it's a lifestyle, whatever. But like, he should be a boxer. He shouldn't be like beating up people who owe some guy money. Yeah, so pretty similar. Like, in both movies, they need to convince the trainer to help them. What else? Oh yeah, like towards the end, like they both lose just by a hair to the heavyweight champion, so there's potential for a sequel. I'm sure there's something else that's obvious. That's like both movies are very similar. Well, there are a bunch of training montages. Like every Rocky movie needs a training montage. Not sure what I said earlier. Yeah, it's like after watching the first movie, none of these first Rocky movie, none of these movies should ever be too unpredictable. Really, there's some ups, there's some downs. But what I really enjoyed about Creed was that it was very uplifting, in my opinion. Like, sure, there's a few down scenes, but like it's a very feel-good movie overall, and I definitely think that's what they were going for. The sequel is a bit more gritty, which I like. I prefer the sequel over the original. Yeah, that's just me. Though, yeah, like if you watch it, you're in a bad mood. I think it'll put you in a better mood. It's just like all of the bad things he goes through, like the obstacles just part ways as he just keeps working hard, just keeps believing. Like Rocky fights cancer. I think I've heard some criticisms about that, like, oh, it's so cliche. But like, no, like, unlike in my Jumanji review, like, I really think Sylvester Stallone shows his range in this movie. Like, there's even a deleted scene that most people probably haven't seen who like this movie, where Rocky's, I forgot what he's doing. Like, I think he's just talking to his deceased wife, Adrian, and it's just a really captivating scene. Like, he's just a great actor. He's very serious. Like, very solid performance by Stallone. Yeah, pretty solid movie. I don't know what else to say. The boxing's still super inaccurate. Like, they just land blows on each other that would definitely be like highlight reel punches in real boxing. Like, I don't mean to criticize real boxing when I say this, though. If you watch real boxing at all, like, just watch any highlight reel, it's gonna be much slower paced than what you see in this movie. In this movie, they just throw hooks, they throw straights, they throw, oh yeah, all their jabs land. Like, in this movie world, like, jabs are not, like, jabs in real life, like, also your hit percentage should not be that high, but in this movie it's like off the charts. Like, oh yeah, I'm throwing a jab, I'm throwing that jab so it lands. Well, I'm not landing it just for spacing or whatever. I'm throwing it because I want to land a big punch on this guy's face. And I don't know, like, I think it's really distracting. Like, in the original Rocky movies, it's fine because Rock, like, it just fits his personality so well. Like, Rocky is just a boxer, he's a slugger, he's from Philly. Like, he's there to. He's gonna take some punches, he's gonna deal some punches, dish out some punches, whatever the most Philly thing would be to say. Though in this movie, it's just like they try to make it more realistic, though. Yeah, it's not that realistic, and that was a big mess up. That might cost me the game here. Oh, will I save myself? Yeah, I might need to concentrate on this game for a few seconds. Hang on. Oh, that's death. I think the only chance was if I went left instead of right. Okay, I'll try that again. By the way, Creed. I don't know what else there is to say. I like the actress's performance. The introduction of a deaf character or someone with hearing loss was interesting. I think it adds more depth to the love interest character. I don't mean to downplay Adrian's role, but I don't think she was well liked. I don't think I liked her too much in the original series. She's not super deep of a character, really. Yeah, like, however, this love interest, I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Her real name is Tessa Thompson, I believe. Though, yeah, they all, like, call me whatever you want, though they could have just mentioned a bit about the deaf community. I hear they're a very, like, interesting community in the sense that, like, they don't see it as a disability being deaf. I've heard that, like, they take great pride in being deaf. They have, like, great community support. Like, some deaf people, like, have the ability to recover or regain their hearing, recover their hearing, but they refuse to because they don't want to leave the deaf community. And that was really inspiring when I heard that. I hope that's true, and I'm not just sharing incorrect information, though. They could have mentioned something like that, because, like, a lot of these communities just aren't heard in mainstream media, which is fine. I understand that's not a that's not what mainstream media is for exactly. It's not there just to spread messages, though. Oops. Yeah. What else? Oh, I really liked one scene from Stallone, or like one line from Stallone, where he's just like, where he tries to explain why his son's not around. He's like, oh yeah, my son, he didn't really like being in the spotlight or whatever, or like being my son, it was hard for him growing up. So I went somewhere like called Vancouver or something and got married. I was like, I'm not sure how other people received that, though I felt it was amazing in the sense that it just feels so real. Like, certain parents and, well, certain parent-child relationships are just like that. Like, yeah, you're just like, it's not that you hate your dad, it's not that whatever your dad, it's just that, you know, you just want to go somewhere else, you just get married, you just don't talk to them that much. And it's like, broken homes are, it's a tough subject, but talking about that kind of like natural progression to distancing from your family, as sad as it is, like, it just comes off very realistic. It's also just a clever way to get rid of a character. Milo Ventimiglia, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but I don't even think that's his name at all. But it's like that actor, maybe he just wasn't willing to be in the movie. Spoiler, he's in the second movie. Yeah, I don't know. It just gave, there's a lot of things, little things that just made it feel much more real, much more human. Like, the ESPN stuff helped. Oops, that's a mistake. They try to make it more realistic. Like, before there was no mention of anything else, though. Yeah, interesting for sure. It was a good movie. I'll just finish this level up and we could wrap up this review. It's like gonna be a 16-minute long video. Or longer, that was a mistake. I guess I just get rid of the blue here. Yeah, any closing thoughts about the movie? Soundtrack was amazing. Michael B. Jordan, wonderful specimen of a man. Oops. Yeah, mistake, I guess. I guess I should have tried to clear the yellow first. Yes, that was a mistake. Gotta try to clear this red next. I'll leave that yellow alone because it'll drop on that. So now there'll be a yellow and a blue left. Okay, I could do it horizontally. Nice. Okay, well, that was the video. I'm just gonna do this. Oops. Oops. Oh my god. Am I gonna fail because of the controller? Oh goodness. So just going straight down just goes right. Good to know. By the way, thanks for watching. Congratulations on anything you're up to. Take care.